Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this lovely looking suburban house. I've been getting loads of requests to make more suburban houses recently. A lot of my subscribers love my suburban house series, so I've decided to make you another one. And do you know, just because I love you, I've also designed an interior specially tailored to this house, which you guys will see in just a couple days time. I've designed the inside and, as you may be able to tell, I've also designed the outside of the house as well, and it all flows nicely together and it looks quite nice. I'm not going to tell you guys that for 1,000 likes you'll get to see the tutorial any sooner, or for 1,000 likes and I make the inside. This won't change anything, but if you could give this video a like, I'd really appreciate it. I'd love it if we could hit something crazy like 1,000 likes on this video. It doesn't change a thing other than the fact that it'd put a nice smile on my face. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to make any of my other suburban houses, or if you just have any suggestions for some other types of houses or any builds in general, leave a comment down below and follow me on Twitter at TSMC360. If you do want to see some of my other things, check out the card system and description below, and you'll find links to playlists and videos that will complement this house very nicely and show you how to build more houses. But without any further ado, why don't we talk about actually building this thing that we have in front of us? That's a good looking house. So if you want to make it, here's what you're going to need. Grab yourself some block of quartz, some birchwood planks, grab quartz stairs, quartz slabs, stone slabs, pillar quartz block, some black stained glass, some jungle leaves, and some stone brick stairs. Plus, we'll need some more things later on, not necessarily even these things that I have here. I just have a good inkling, and we might even need even more than we have in the inventory. But once you have each one of these materials, and maybe even the ones in the inventory, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it roughly about here. Well, what you're going to want to do is you want to kick off this build with a row of 2 block of quartz coming directly up from the ground. That'll be 1 and 2. Then, on top of that, stack a row of 4 pillar quartz block. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then, place a quartz block. You then want to go right at that quartz block by 12. You heard me right, that's 12. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What we then want to do is we want to turn sideways. And we want to go right of this 12th block by, in total, 14. So that'll look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Then turn sideways again. And you want to then go right of this block, this 14th block by, in total, give me a second just to count this out properly, by 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then what you want to do is you want to do an inwards diagonal, and you want to just, well, do an inwards diagonal like this with your block of quartz. Then go right of said diagonal by 4, so that will be 1, 2, 3, and 3 and 4. Like that, and that should line up perfectly if everything is correct, by the way, with where you very first started. So can you see over there with the pillar quartz? That 4th block should be in line with that. Then you want to do another like outwards diagonal coming this way, and you want to go right of that diagonal by 10 with your quartz still. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that. We then want to take a sideways view to what we've just made, and you want to take this quartz block and you want to go right of it by 7. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then you want to take that 7th block, connect it down to the ground, we'll be dealing with that later, and then take that 7th block once again and go right of it by a further 11. So that'll look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then what you want to do is you want to take this 11th block, looking at it from the front view here. We want to take this 11th block and we want to go right of it by 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then go backwards until it connects just left of the entrance. So we want to end up with a shape that should look a little bit like this. So that's what you want to have. It's quite simple, really. Well, once you've got that shape above, we can actually do the same thing below. For whatever reason, I've decided to do the top half of the blueprints first instead of doing the bottom half. It doesn't really matter because we had to do this anyway. So what we want to do is we want to take this very second quartz block that we placed, and we basically just want to emulate what we have just up above. And the easiest way to do this, of course, is to just take this second quartz block that we placed, and we just want to copy what we have above us. And the best way to do it is just to look kind of like directly above at what you've just made, and you just want to trace along it. So you just want to look up, and you want to make sure that this shape corresponds with the shape that we have just above us. And this is going to give us very, very clear guidelines on what we have to do next. So it's going to give us very, very clear guidelines on what we'll be doing next. And as you can see, I'm making a couple of mistakes here and there, but that's kind of what you've got to do with this. You'll just have to build a bit, have a look, make sure that you've done it, build a bit, have a look, make sure that you've done it. And you'll find that you will connect here. So you'll have this sort of shape. What you then want to do is you want to leave this front left-hand portion alone. Just leave this bit alone, because what we're going to do now is this. We're going to kind of be building this house in a weird order. So on the front left-hand corner of the house, where we have this part here, we want to take the two front corners of this left-hand portion, and we want to connect them down with a layer of birchwood planks. So that's the right-hand corner, and this is the left-hand corner. We want to connect these down to the ground with planks. We also want to take the top birchwood planks and connect them together left and right. Then, with your block of quartz, you want to do a layer of block of quartz going all the way around the inside of the shape that we have here. So you just want to go all the way around the inside of the shape, giving you kind of like a quartz archway. Pretty easy. Then place a stone slab right in the very bottom center of your garage, because that's what this is. This is garage, also formerly known as a car hole. We then want to take out the stone brick stairs, and we want to do layers and layers of stone brick stairs on top of what we have, probably directly on top, not behind, on top of what we have, and this will form a garage door. I think it looks pretty decent, to be honest with you. I quite like how that looks. Maybe you want to change it, maybe you don't. I like it as is. It doesn't have to change for me. Well, once you've got the garage door taken care of, on the very left-hand side of the garage here, you can just completely fill this in with birchwood planks. And you guys will be able to see quite easily, I'd hope, where the garage starts and begins. It's basically, the garage ends where you have the very large row of quartz block like this. So if you can see, we want to have basically a garage that looks like this. What you may also want to do is on the right hand side of the garage, you may want to simply fill in the gap between the left hand side of the garage, or I guess right hand side, the right hand side of the garage, and where you have the door frame like this. So you want to have that. What else do you want to do? Well, what you can do is, where we have this row of pillar quartz block, you can take the block just at the bottom of this row of pillar quartz, and you want to do a glass next to it. Well, go up on top of that glass by 2, 1, 2, then go right by 2, 1, 2, connect that second block down to the ground, do a row of pillar quartz directly next to the glass, and then do a row of birchwood planks right on top of the glass to give you this sort of shape. Once you have this sort of shape, what you then want to do, or may want to do, is going down through the floor past the pillar quartz block that you placed, connect that block down to the ground with a quartz block. What you then want to do is you want to take these quartz blocks that are connected to the ground and you want to extend them forwards, each by 3. That's 1, 2, 3, and this will be 1, 2, 3. Then connect them down to the ground diagonally, so they're in line with the garage. Go in between them with a row of quartz stairs such as this, and then fill in the top of this with block of quartz, like that. What we can then do is we can then take out our old pillar quartz slab, or pillar quartz block, I do believe it is, it's not slabs obviously, and we want to take the upper right hand side of the stairs, and we want to, from this block, we want to, with our pillar quartz, extend this to the right, like this until it's even with the house. Then we want to supersede the side of the house by 3 blocks, that's 1, 2, 3, and then extend this backwards towards the back of the house, and it wants to be even with the very back of the house like this. Then it wants to supersede the back of the house by once again 1, 2, 3. Then we want to extend this block all the way over to the right until it is in line with, let me show you the block, until it is in line with this block here. So you can see where we have the sunk in part of the back of the house. Well, it wants to be in line with this block just to the right of that. Then you can place another pillar quartz here diagonally connecting down to the ground, and then if you like, you can connect that pillar quartz to the actual back of the house with a row of stairs and do the same with the upper block. Then, if you so wish, you can take a row of quartz slabs here, and this sunken in part, you can fill in the floor, and this is a little trickier. You can fill in the floor, it's not tricky at all, fill in the floor, this part here, with quartz block, like this, and you know what, since we're back here, I'll tell you what we'll do. You know the sunken row of 5 quartz that we just placed quartz slabs in front of? Take the left-hand block and the right-hand block and go up on top of them with birchwood planks until you hit the second floor of the house, like this. Then you want to do, on these 2 inner center blocks, you want to go up on top of these blocks each by 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 with the glass. Then connect them together at the top with a row of pillar quartz block, like that. Then what you can do is do another row of black stained glass on top of that, like so, and that is simply the back door. Easy enough. What you can then do is, with your stone slabs, fill in the porch that we've created. So, I didn't tell you this whilst we were doing, I didn't think you'd be able to handle it, that's a lie, I just forgot to tell you. We're making a porch, or at least that's what we've just about done already, so you can just fill in this part of the porch, the part that you'd actually walk on, with stone slabs, and that's all we're doing now. So everywhere that you see stone slabs, you'll be able to walk on eventually. We may as well have done this now, why not? So this is what you want to have so far. You've got both of the entrances, you've got a porch. I'd say that we're doing pretty well here. Well, once you've got that taken care of, I think that it's time for us to start building up the lower half of the house again. So what we'll do, just to set very definite boundaries, we're going to take the front right-hand corner of the house and we'll connect the bottom of the house to the top of the house with a row of birchwood planks. We'll do the same on the back, here. We'll also do the same on this corner here, this back corner next to the entrance, and then this other back corner next to the entrance, and then the very back left-hand corner of the house will also connect down with birchwood planks. Can you see we've just connected the corners of the house together, and this is just basically showing us where each one of the walls of the house is, and now that we know where those are, we'll be able to fill them in. Well, what you now want to do, on the front right-hand side of the house, we want to do a layer of birchwood planks at the bottom, top, and on the left of the front right-hand corner of the house to form a rectangular shape. We want to do a layer of pillar quartz block on the left and right-hand side of the rectangular shape and fill it in with black stained glass block. We also want to add a layer of quartz slabs underneath that window. That's a pretty nicely designed window. Looks pretty good, right? Well, there you go. It's easy. We also want very, very similar windows on the right-hand side of the house. So coming to the right-hand side of the house, what we want to do here is we want to add the layer of birchwood planks down at the bottom. And also up at the top, we also want the same layer of birchwood planks there. Then we want to, on the left-hand side here, we want to do a layer of quartz block, pillar quartz, I might add. Then we want to do a row of 4 glass going right of that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do a layer of pillar quartz again. Then a layer of birchwood planks. Then a pillar quartz block. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 glass. Then a row of pillar quartz block. Place quartz slabs underneath each one of the windows. Ah, doesn't that look great? They're right in the center of the wall. It's almost as if someone designed it that way. Well, once you've got the right-hand side taken care of, we can now move on to the back of the house. So the back of the house, once again, we're just adding in windows at the moment. A lot of these are very similar. On the back of the house, we just want to form that rectangular shape with a row of birchwood planks at the top and the bottom here. We then want to do a layer of pillar quartz on the left and a row of pillar quartz on the right. Do black stained glass in between them, and you guys know what to do from here, don't you? You know what you have to do to this window. Add quartz slab underneath the glass part. come all the way over to the back left-hand side of the house. This is the back left-hand side, even though we're on the right-hand side. And we want to do our patented birchwood planks at the bottom of this section and up at the top of this section as well to form that rectangular shape that we know and love. We then want to do a layer of pillar quartz block on the left and a layer of pillar quartz block on the right. This is a big window. Throw black stained glass in between them like this. And then you want to do your quartz slab underneath the window. Looking quite good, isn't it? We've almost got the ground floor taken care of at this. Well, that is almost every single side, and we now want to head all the way over onto the very left hand side of the house, and we want to once again do the layer of birchwood planks at the bottom, this time also the right and the top of this particular section. Then do your layer of pillar quartz block on the left, right hand side, small window this time, and then black stained glass with your layer of quartz slab underneath. There we go. And what you may also want to do is, can you see the back right hand corner of this house? Connect it down to the ground with pillar quartz block, or pillar block of quartz. I'm sorry, I'm getting materials muddled, but we want to use the quartz block. We also want to do the same thing here on this corner of the house. You know what, we can't even see it, there's no point in doing it, but I'll tell you what you want to do on the back left hand corner of the house here. Wherever you can see it, place quartz slab underneath the house. So you want to place a layer of quartz slab like bordering underneath the house to give us this sort of shape. There's no reason for this other than the fact that I think it looks pretty decent. That's kind of the idea here. The idea would be that we'd be able to do it completely like underneath the entirety of the house, but most of it is covered anyway, so there's no real point. It's more just really that back left hand corner that is exposed at the end of the day. Well, once you've got that taken care of, that is majoritively the lower part of the house taken care of. We should probably move on to the upper part of the house. So I'll tell you what, the easiest way to do this is for us to come all the way to the front of the house once again, and we want to be on top of the front right hand part of the house. So this is somewhat difficult to explain, but you'll understand once I've done it. Can you see here where we have this row of 4 birchwood planks just right of the entrance here that makes up the right hand side of the house? We want to, on top of this quartz block, continuing to come upwards, do another row of 4 birchwood. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the same thing on the front right hand corner of the house. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop a quartz block on top of each one of the birchwood planks and then connect them together like this. Not only do you want to do this on the front, but also do the same thing on the back. So on top of this block here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 birch, pop a quartz, then 1, 2, 3, and 4 birch, pop a quartz. Connect them together. But what you can also do, which will help you figure this out, is you can connect each one of those quartz blocks, the original ones you placed on top of the birch, together, front to back. And this will kind of show you how I designed this house and how the rooms are actually going to be set out as well. So this is the front right hand side. And what you can do is, with your birchwood planks, you can add a layer of birchwood planks at the top and bottom of the front, at the top and bottom of the side to form them into rectangles, and you'll also do the same thing on the back. So you can quite easily see here what we're doing. We're forming the structure of the house. You can see how it's been made, and now that you know how it's been made, you can modify it in any sort of way you want. But that's the front right hand side of the house. The front left hand side of the house is actually really similar in many ways. Let me show you. So we're on the back left hand side of the house here. We want to take this quartz block. You guys can see the one. It says quartz just right of the back entrance. And we want to, on top of this quartz, do 4 birchwood planks coming up. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pop a quartz on top. What you then want to do is you want to come to the very edge of the house, and you want to take the second quartz coming in, so this one, not this very corner block, but the one next to it, and then you want to go up on top of it by 4 of the birchwood planks. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pop a quartz on top. Connect each one of those quartz blocks together, and then what you want to do, and this is kind of easy, but what you want to do is you want to take each one of those original quartz blocks and you want to extend them forward until they are parallel to the quartz blocks that you have on the opposite side. So can you see there, we want to match them up with those quartz blocks that we have on this opposite side here. So the upper part of the house is lengthways, front to back, as long as the left-hand side is as long as the right. However, the left-hand side, as you'll notice in a moment, is significantly wider than the right-hand side. And you also want to connect those front quartz blocks down to where the framework of the house would be, and you want to have something which should look like this. What you may also want to do is you want to connect each one of those birchwood planks together, like the bottom ones and the top ones on any given side, except the inside, because you don't really have to bother with those. That's more of a job for the next video, including the interior and the exterior. But on the right hand side, the back, the front, connect each one of the top and bottom pairs of birchwood planks together. And this will give us our rectangular shapes, and it will also show us where we want to place the windows and stuff like that. So we want to have something which should look like this. What we can now do is the inside part of the house. So connecting the left and right hand sides of the house together is an inside portion. So to do this, can you see here where we have this row of 5 blocks of quartz just above the entrance? Do a row of, what material shall we use? Birchwood planks directly behind the quartz. Then, on top of the layer of birchwood planks, add an additional layer of birch wood. On the left hand side and the right hand side, stack 2 pillar quartz block. Then place a layer of birchwood planks and connect them left to right, like so. Then add a layer of quartz block on top, and in the empty space for the window, place black stained glass block, like this. Do that on the front. And on the back, you want to do the same thing, but you just want to do it directly this time on top of the 5 quartz blocks. So you want to do the layer of birchwood planks, add the pillar quartz block, 1, 2, and 1, 2 on the left and right, fill that in with glass, add a layer of birchwood planks, followed by a layer of block of quartz to give you the same thing on the back, like that. The front is different from the back. Once you've got that taken care of, what we now want to do is fill in the windows a little bit, I think. I think we should do the windows. So, this is really simple, but what I'll do is, we'll do them individually, but for the most part, no, you know what, here's an easier thing to do. So, we want to come all the way over to the very left-hand side of the house here. On the left-hand side of the house, where we have this rectangular shape, starting from the left, we want to do a layer of pillar quartz block going right. Then we want to do a row of 4 glasses, 1, 2, 3, 4, and stack another layer on top. Then do a layer of pillar quartz. Then a layer of birchwood planks. A layer of pillar quartz. Then 4 glass, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then a layer of pillar quartz. And you can add quartz slabs underneath these windows on the right hand side. Or the left hand side, it depends which way you view it from. On the back here, so on the very back of the house, we want another window. This window is the same as the others, except we want a layer of pillar quartz block on the left and right, and we want the black stained glass in between it, and then we want the layer of quartz slabs. And something different about this window is you may notice that it is off-center in relation to the window just below it, as is the window that you have here on the left hand side. That is normal, you have not done anything wrong, that is just a consequence of this house. There is nothing that can be done, it's as simple as that. That's the house, there's nothing more to be said, but there you go. Now, what you then want to do is, for every single other window of the house, you want to copy what you have on the previous level. That is why I separated those windows. You want to copy what you have on the previous level, except you will find that you do not want to add any quartz slabs below these windows. The reason being is there is a porch on the house. The porch would conflict with the quartz slab, so you'd only have to remove them anyway. There's no point in adding them. So the windows on the back right hand side, the right hand side, and the front right hand side, all the same as the ones down below, except you do not want to have the quartz slab. So you'll have something which should look like that, the same. On the front left-hand side, we have something different yet again. On the front left-hand side, we have a little bit of like a patio and a balcony. So next to the left-hand side birchwood planks, we'll have a layer of pillar quartz slab, then a layer of glass, then a layer of slab. Then we want to do 2 stone slabs coming from the upper right pillar quartz block going right. Then a layer of pillar quartz block, a layer of glass, a layer of pillar quartz block to give us this. What we then want to do is destroy those two bottom center blocks, because that is where the entrance is going to be. You can also do a quartz slab underneath each one of those single windows and fill in this area, this kind of like outdoor patio area, in with stone slabs, just to make it look a little bit different, a little bit special. And later on, I guess we don't have the material right now. Later on, we'll just be adding the fence that goes all the way around it, and that will look very, very nice, and it will look a little something like that. Well, once you've added the fence, obviously it'll look a little bit different, but you guys get the idea. Well, once you've got that taken care of, oh, you know what we can do? We can modify this now. So on the front right-hand side of the garage, where we have this row of three, right here, three quartz block. Destroy those, replace those with stone slabs. This will look silly right now. Right now, it looks a little bit silly. It looks as though it doesn't blend in, it doesn't fit. It will later, trust me, I'll show you why. Well, once you've got all of that taken care of, we're now going to do the roof, just because the roof takes a little bit of time. So, for the roof here, we're going to start on the very front right-hand side, and we're going to do this. So, this is so difficult to explain. We want to take out the birchwood plank blocks, and on top of the front right-hand corner, the front left-hand corner of the right-hand side, this block right here, this one that I have highlighted, place a birchwood plank on top of this one. You guys can see the one. If you can't, I don't know what to tell you. You then want to go right of this by one the glass, then go right by two of the birchwood planks, one the glass, one plank. Then for the next row on top of this, starting on top of this left-hand glass, place a plank, then going right, two glass, then a plank. Then on top of the two glass, place planks, like this. This is the front right-hand side of the roof. Do the same on the front, or on the back right-hand side. And you want to, starting from the second to end pillar quartz, or quartz block, you want to place a birchwood plank, going right of that, a glass. Then do two planks, glass, plank. On top of the next row, going from the left-hand glass, you want a plank, two glass, one plank, and then on top of the two glass you want to do two planks, like that. For the front left-hand side of the roof, we want a similar shape, but it is a bit different. We want to once again start on this, well, on top of this second block coming in, you want to place a birchwood plank. Then go right of it by one with your birchwood plank. Then go right by four glass, 1, 2, 3, 4, then do two birchwood planks. Then for the next row, going from left to right, you want to start on the second plank, and you want to do one glass, one plank, two glass, one plank, one glass. Then you want to, for the next row, starting on this birchwood plank, this time you want to do one glass, two planks, one glass. And on top of these two center planks, stack a glass. That is what you want on the front left-hand side of the roof, and on the front back, and on the back left-hand side of the roof as well. I keep getting those confused. And we want the same thing. So remember, second block in, we want to start off with two planks, then four glass, then we want to do two planks. Then the next row, we cut a block off and we do one glass, and then one plank, and then two glass. I wish these were close together. One plank, one glass. Then for the next row, start cutting one block off again. It's one glass, two planks, one glass, and then on top of the two planks we want to stack glass like that. So now you can see the sort of pattern that we'll have on the roofs on the left and right hand side. But what we now have to do is, of course, we have to set up the roof for the center part of this build, because we do have a very small roof at the center. So what we want to do here, on the center 5 blocks that we have, we want to start on the second block coming in from the left or right, and we want to do one birchwood plank, right of that a glass, right of that a birchwood plank, and on top of that glass place a plank, like this. Come to the back of the house, do a similar thing. So on the back it's just plank, plank, glass in the middle, plank on top of the glass. So you'll now be able to see that we have the framework for the roofs. That's what this is. We have the framework for the roofs. What we now have to do is add the roofs. These aren't going to be fun, but I'll show you what you have to do. So we'll start with the left-hand side of the roof. First of all, we'll treat these as 3 different ones. The left-hand side of the roof, we want to just do a row of quartz stairs right on the outer part of the framework, like this, in line with the quartz of the framework. We then want to do a layer of stone brick stairs on the ends of the roof, coming all the way up to the top here. on top of the actual glass portion, we want to have quartz stairs, like this. So this is how the middle-ish part of the roof looks like. The roof, however, will overhang a row. So on the front part of the house, we want the roof to overhang by a row of quartz stairs, like this. What we will also want to do is we will want to place stone brick stairs underneath each one of the quartz blocks. So just to give you an idea, like that's the front left hand side of the roof. The center part of the roof will be stone brick stairs. At the top it will be quartz. And on the inner part of this roof, we also want to have like the quartz stairs here, and they'll poke out one. And then we want to have the stone brick stairs running up the center until it hits the top, and we'll have the quartz stairs. We'll have the quartz stairs overhanging, and we will also have stone brick stairs underhanging the overhanging stairs. So it will look like this from the front. The center will be mainly stone brick stairs, but the top will be quartz stairs. I'll add all of the front bits, and I'll add like the bits that you'll see on the front and the back, and I'll add the parts that are a bit unique. But what I'm going to do later is I'll just fill in all of the center parts of the roofs off recording. But you can see we want to extend those top two center blocks all the way to the back, and we want to have a layer of stone brick stairs that runs all the way up this side here on the back of the roof, and we want to have the same on the opposite side. So we'll have like stone stairs running all the way up the side here until it meets the quartz. On the very edge of the roof it's quartz, and then we want to of course have quartz overhanging the back of the roof by one row, as I'm doing now. It's kind of complicated to explain, but I mean it's a very simple roof when it comes down to it. It's just that we have like 3 separate roofs that are all very similar to each other. And then we want to have the upside down stone brick stairs underhanging. But once you've got this done once, you'll pick it up quite easily. You'll see what you have to do. So that's the roof. That's the outline of the roof, if you can see. All you have to do from here is connect the front to the back. The front and the back are exactly the same. Let's do the other big roof, and then we'll talk about the center roof. So the other big roof, it's done in the same way. So we'll have quartz stairs at the top of the framework on the very right hand side of the framework, and then we want to have these stone brick stairs running up until it hits the top here, and we want to have 2 back-to-back quartz stairs at the top. We of course want these stone brick stairs running all the way down the opposite side and a quartz stairs to start this off. But we also want the roof to overhang one, don't we? So on the front and the back we want the quartz stairs to overhang one, and then we want to have stone brick stairs underhanging this. So we have the quartz stairs, and then we have the upside down stone brick stairs like this. Whoops, what do I want to do here? And then here and here and here and here. Whoa, there. So we'll have something which should look like that. What we then want to do, of course, is we want to have a very similar thing on the back. So we'll do the stone running all the way up to the side, and then we have the quartz stairs on top, and then the stone brick stairs running down the side here, and then the quartz stairs on the side, and then we want to have the quartz stairs running off of the back like this, and we'll also connect the top to the top part of the roof from front to back. So you'll see very clearly what you have to fill in here, but we do have another roof to take care of once we've taken care of this. But I mean, I'm basically repeating myself at this point. You guys know what you have to do here. So that's the front and the back, and I'm just going to connect them together at the center, and the middle part of the roof will of course be stone brick stairs. So you'll be able to see what you have to do. It'll be very, very easy. Hopefully it won't take too much effort on your part whatsoever, but what you'll want to have should look a little something like that. So that's what we want so far. Now, talking with the center part here. So for this center part, once again, we want the outsides of this to be quartz stairs like this. So just on left and right of those bottom birchwood planks, we want quartz, and those want to be 1 block outwards. So we may have to destroy stairs to place these, but that's what you want to do. You want to have 1 block poking outwards. Then we want to have these stone brick stairs left and right of this, which of course want to overhang by one with the quartz stairs. We then want to, underneath the overhanging quartz stairs, we want upside down stone brick stairs with an upside down stone brick stairs right at the top center with a quartz slab placed on it. That is the center roof. Let's move on to the back. The back is the exact same way. So we have the quartz stairs on the left and right. We want the stone brick stairs left and right of that top. Then quartz slab on top of that. We'll then need some upside down stone brick stairs. We'll need one at the top center. It'll be easier to add the others once we've added in the overhanging quartz stairs. Then once we have the overhanging quartz stairs, we want the upside down stone brick stairs. I was going to place them before that, but it was too difficult. Then we want to have quartz slabs running all the way from front to back, and this will be the outline of the roof. So we'll have something which should look a little bit like that, and that's looking pretty nice, isn't it? That's not too bad whatsoever. Well, once you've got the framework of the roof taken care of, I mean, the next step is obviously to fill in the roof, but I'll tell you what, now that we've actually got the framework of the roof, if you like, you can fill that in now, but for the sake of this video, I don't want to like cut out and then cut back in. For the sake of this video, we're going to take care of everything else that we have to do, and then we'll finish with the roof, but we're kind of almost finished anyway. So that is the roof at the moment, guys. We'll fill that in with stone, but first, we're going to add some other things. So around the house, we have a couple of things to do. We want to take out our quartz stairs, and we want to do an overhang on the front right hand side of the house. So can you see where this quartz slab here, or this quartz block, this one, it's kind of like the center quartz for the middle right hand side of the house. We want to take this block and we want to extend it outwards by 1, 2, and 3 with the quartz stairs. We then want to trace along the outer part of the house, and we want to maintain a gap of 1 and 2 at all times, going all the way around the house with our quartz stairs, and we want to run these all the way around the top of the house, or the middle of the house really, if nothing else, it's the middle of the house, and it wants to connect. You guys will be able to see where it connects. It wants to connect at the back here, and just to make sure that I'm getting this correct, it wants to connect here. So like this block on the back left hand side of the house, it wants to connect right there. So can you see it wants to just maintain that distance, go all the way around the house, and that is like the outline of the porch. Then we want to fill the top of the porch in with stone slabs. These stone slabs sit half a block higher than the quartz stairs. So we just want to have these sit 1 or half a row higher than the actual quartz stairs. And you can see where the actual porch is now. So this is where the porch is, quite easy. This is the top of the porch. Just fill this in with your half row of stone slabs. Now we have a little bit more to add. So we do have a little bit more of a quartz stairs thing. In front of the top part of the entrance, we want to add a layer of quartz stairs. So this layer of quartz stairs, or do we? Yeah, we do. We want to add one here just above the entrance. It wants to wrap around the garage. Now you can see why it's not so silly now. It wants to wrap around the garage here, and it just wants to wrap around the front of the garage, and it doesn't want to go any further. So we just want to have a little bit of stairs right here at the top of the entrance, and it wants to wrap around the front of the garage. Now we'll need some other stuff. So we're going to take out our old friend, the birch fence, and we're going to run a birch fence just around the top of this little balcony that we have here for the front left hand side of the house. So I'm not sure whether that should actually sit on top of the stone or whether it should sit on top of the quartz here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run the birch fence here just on the left and right hand side of the stone, and then it will come as far out as just on top of the quartz there, and then we have a nice little balcony. We also want to add a layer of birch fence for the porch, and I'm going to destroy these left-hand stone slabs. I'm going to replace these with quartz slabs, or even better, pillar quartz block, and then I'm going to run a row of birchwood fence just right of the entrance here, all the way around the pillar quartz block. So all the way around on top of this, I'm going to add pillar quartz, or all the way around on top of the pillar quartz block, I'm going to add a layer of birchwood fence, all the way around until we hit here, and then I'll place one on top of that pillar quartz block that kind of takes us to the ground, and I'll leave it at that. The next thing I'll do is I'll take a layer of jungle leaves, and I'm going to do jungle leaves just around the outer space of the actual porch itself. So just one row outwards, but basically covering up the empty space that we have for the porch, I'm adding a layer of jungle leaves. This should connect, all being well, from the front all the way to the back, and it should connect like that nicely. It should start from the front right entrance, move all the way around the back, and it should just stop here where we have the step down. So those are just a couple of nice things that you can do to the house. That's all you want to do. Something else that I'm also going to be doing whilst I do the roof, guys, by the way, I'm going to add a floor to this house. Now, I think that the floor-wise, I'm going to do quartz slabs or quartz block, it doesn't really matter, for this hallway that connects the front of the house to the back of the house. You see, I've actually planned this out. So I'm going to have like quartz slabs for the hallway that connects the front of the house to the back of the house. Where I have previously placed birchwood planks here for the actual like hallway up above, I'm going to have quartz slabs that connects the hallway at the top of the house. So you guys may not recognize it just yet, but you'll see soon enough once once we actually like move on to the interior video that this house is actually planned out quite well, and we do have set designated rooms in very easy and logical positions. But I'm going to fill in the floors such as this. I'll have the hallway here at the top that's connected to the front to the back, it's almost done, and we have the hallway down here down below, and I'm going to do birchwood planks for the rest of it, except on the ground floor. Can you see where we have this row of quartz on the left hand side of the house? Well, I'm not going to fill the garage in at all, but I'm going to, just to show you how this kind of like separates, I'm going to fill the kitchen, because this is the kitchen, the back left hand side. I'm going to fill the floor in here with birchwood planks, and then I'm going to leave the garage alone, because the garage is a different animal. We need to add stairs in there, and it needs its own wall and all sorts, but I'll show you guys that a little bit later. But what we want to have here is we just want to have like, that's where the kitchen begins, that's where the garage, or that's where the garage ends and the kitchen begins, or that's where the kitchen ends and the garage begins, whichever way you want to look at it. The hallways for this house are going to look like this, so they'll run like basically left and right alongside the quartz slabs. So I'm also going to build up the walls of this house. This is just to set us up for the next tutorial. If we have some of the walls and stuff in place, it just helps us out, because it just basically, it just sets us up. If we don't have to do the rooms and stuff in the next tutorial, like if we don't have to lay them out first, it's just easier if we lay out the structure here and then focus on all of like the interior design for the next one. But you can see where the halls are going to be. Basically, you can see they're just left and right of this row of three quartz, and then I'm going to fill in. It is this row, isn't it? Yeah. And then I'm going to fill in the entire downstairs floor basically with birchwood planks. I know that this has taken quite a lot of time, and I am supposed to be just filling in the roof, but we may as well do this now, because otherwise we just have to do it in the next tutorial anyway. And if everything's laid out, like I said, we can just finish, we can just talk about furnishing it, and we can talk about the garden and stuff. I think it'll be a much more even split if we do it that way. So this is basically the entire downstairs filled in and almost separated. The downstairs also, can you see where it separates like the garage and the kitchen here in the floor? You want the same separation here in the right hand side of the house, and it's in line with the space in between the windows. You also want to separate the front room, which is that one, and we want to separate the dining room, which is the back one. And I'm just going to build up the walls further, and there will, at some point, of course, be entrances into each one of these rooms, but perhaps I'll just save that and wait until the next tutorial for this, and then we'll just want to add a layer of quartz slabs so that no, is it this one? No, it's birchwood planks, so we just want to add a layer of birchwood planks here, of course. And then the second floor of the house is just going to be completely birchwood planks, so we can just fill in the floor of the second floor just with birchwood planks. We won't bother with the attic, or will we? We probably will bother with the attic. We will fill that in, because there's not actually an attic designed into this house, although you can quite clearly see from the outside. Maybe I'll even change my mind and design one for the next part of this tutorial, but there is no attic currently designed for this house. On the front right hand side of the house, we have on the second floor a separation between the two rooms. So the divider that you added down below between the living room and the dining room, the divide you added down below, you want to add the same divide here on the second floor. So add the same divide on the second floor like this. The hallways and the rooms on the second floor are very, very similar to that on the first floor. So the ones on the second floor, it's laid out very similarly, except you don't have a garage on the second floor, which would actually be kind of cool. But you don't have a garage on the second floor, so the entire second floor on the right hand side here can just be filled in with birch wood planks, or you can use yourself birch wood slabs, because that will give the appearance of a slightly bigger room. So use whichever you like. I may even go over this with the birch wood slabs at a later date when I actually do the interior for this tutorial, or for this house I should say, the interior tutorial. And I'm just going to fill this in because why not? We've made it this far in separating the rooms and stuff, so we may as well just make it this one step further. And I want to add a layer of birch wood, here to separate the hallway from the master bedroom. So I'd never explained what this room is. I just told you that of course we don't have the garage on the second floor, so we don't have a garage, but we have a pretty large master bedroom. That is what is on the front left-hand side of the house, hence why we have a pretty nice balcony. So this house only has 2 bedrooms and it has 1 bathroom on the second floor. That's all it has going for it. So that's what we have up here, and I may even add an attic. But hopefully now you can see how the house is kind of laid out. So we have the hallway here. On the right hand side, somewhere around here, this is going to be a living room. The dining room is actually going to be like just about here, and it'll actually have an archway entrance like this. So this is a living room, the dining room's at the back right hand side. We'll also have an entrance into the hallway from the dining room. The kitchen entrance will be roughly here, and this is the kitchen. There will be a layer of separating birchwood planks or something. There will be a layer of something separating the garage from the kitchen. Like I said, this is a kitchen. We'll even have to refloor the kitchen, but this is really just the floor plan, so you guys will understand what we've got going here. That's downstairs. The second floor, imagine that there will be a proper staircase. The second floor here, we will have a bathroom entrance, which I think that the entrance is designed to go about here actually. Yep, the entrance is here. This will be the bathroom. The bedroom, the second bedroom, will be here on the front of the house. The master bedroom will have just 1 entrance, and it will be right about here. I'll have to reblock that. This will be the master bedroom. So you can understand how the second floor is laid out on the first floor. I thought that it'd be a good idea to do that in this video so that it saves us some time next video, so we can focus on more aesthetics. That's how the house is laid out. What I'm now going to do, and what I expect you guys to do as well, is fill in the roof. The roof is to be filled in with stone brick stairs. That's it. Wherever you can, you want to connect the roof together with stone brick stairs front to back. I'm going to be back in a second once I've done this, because this will take some time. There's nothing technical about this whatsoever. It's just simply connecting one side of the roof to the opposite side of the roof, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. And there we have, ladies and gentlemen, the roof. That is absolutely it. Easy, isn't it? Well, once you've got that taken care of for yourself, I'd like to say that you could pause this video and then move on to the next bit, but there is no next bit. After you've got that roof taken care of there, that is the structure of the house pretty much complete. Sure, there's a couple of other cosmetic things that you may want to add. I mean, if you like, you can also add a door, which I'm going to add right now, right on the front. I like the dark oak wood door, no matter the house, I love it. You may even want to add like a doorbell, like a button for a doorbell, something like that. We can add another door on the back if you so wish, and there's probably no doorbell on the back. But that's pretty much it, just a couple of random cosmetic things if you want to like fully complete like the proper structure of the house. Like this is a proper functioning house, you can add to it what you want or not. Or what you can do from this point onwards, if you wait just one day after this video, it won't be tomorrow, but the day after, I will show you how to make the interior and the exterior for this house. Just to remind you what that looks like. It looks a little something like this. You may be able to see just from the outside. I don't want to ruin the surprise of the interior. You can see that the inside is completely done, and the outside is as well. There are a couple more things that you could add to the outside, but we'll discuss that in the next video. I'm well aware that there's a couple more things that we can do to the outside, but I'm going to leave that open. But you can see the inside is very clearly done, and if you make it the way that I have, I mean, it'll look absolutely fantastic. Or add your own twist, do what you like, it's completely up to you. But if you do want to come back, subscribe. It's the easiest way to find the next video. I'll also leave a link to it in both the comment system and the description below, including some other playlists and videos that I think that you guys might really enjoy. Also, if you like the video, please give it a like. I'd really appreciate that. You know I would, guys. I'd love it if you could give this video a like. I really would appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter at TSMC360. Let me know what you think. Have you been building some stuff? Tell me. Do the same thing in the comments. Do you have anything else in mind? Do you want me to do more suburban style houses or whatever you want me to do? Let me know what you want me to work on. Always interested. I know you guys have been wanting an airport recently. We'll see what we can do about that. Thank you very much for watching, however, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you in the next video.